Alright y'all, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, welcome to the channel. Consider hitting the subscribe button. And yeah, y'all read the title. I'm going to be talking about how I think the other Yonko would have performed at Marineford. You know, if you swap them and their crews for Whitebeard and his crew and Alliance and whatever. Here's the thing to kind of make it fair though, right? Whitebeard didn't, cause I seen other people talking about this, right? Whitebeard, if we throw them in like Whitebeard's shoes, Whitebeard didn't have his second commander, so I low-key don't think if we're gonna just swap them in their crews and stuff, the other Yonko also shouldn't have their second commander, right? Like Kaido shouldn't have Queen in this instance. You feel me? Who's the second commander for Bigmom's crew? Hold on. Smoothie. Okay. I thought it might be her, but yeah. I'm gonna do that. My problem with replacing aces is Luffy not in that scenario, so I don't really know how you would go about this. Just assume Luffy's still helping, I guess. I don't know. It's hard to, you know what I'm saying? You can't replace ace and then Luffy not. You know what I'm saying? But I guess to keep to keep the scenario the same, Luffy's still helping anyways, but you're down a second commander. That's how I'd picture it, right? So I think the worst person in this scenario, the worst person off. I seen someone else probably do a similar ranking. But yeah, it'd probably be Shanks, and I got the same reasoning. His fleet just weak as shit. With a weak ass fleet, bro, you're not gonna be able to get it. Like, your fleet's gonna get fodderized. So it's just gonna be you and your 10 commanders versus everybody else. I don't think you get that done. Getting past the admirals, the fleet admiral, all the marines, the 7 warlords. You know, who knows how much effort all those warlords are going. But with just 10 low commanders, yeah, y'all ain't getting very far. Right? I think Shanks will end up dying. I do think Shanks out of I guess to spoil a little bit, I guess maybe Bigmom's crew does worse. Maybe Kaido's crew does worse than maybe Kaido's crew is next. I don't know. But I think he'd be the one most likely to strategize, right? Because through Marineford, we kind of seen that you have to strategize, right? And when I seen the one dude talking about it, he didn't really talk about he talked about how I'll get to Bigmom later, but I don't think he bring up the actual strategizing part of Marineford, right? Shanks, I think is probably the most suited to do to actually strategize, but at the end of the day, I don't know how far you're getting with this weak ass fleet. You know what I'm saying? There's only so much you could do. I think he's kind of packed. And then next would be between Bigmom and Kaido, right? These are the original. Well, actually no. I forgot. I'm gonna include Buggy and Luffy probably, but this is not really a ranking. I'm just talking about how I think they do. But Buggy's crew is cooked because who they gonna lose? Crocodile. You know what I'm saying? Buggy's useless. The rest of the crew, who you got? Dodge, Bones, and friends, bro. You know what I'm saying? You got Mihawk, Dodge, Bones, and friends, bro. They're not getting very far. Strategize. We don't know much about Mihawk. So I don't know if he's coming up with much of a strategy. He was a Marine Hunter. We could assume they got a bunch of strong pirates. We really just gotta see more out of them. But they're doing worse than Shanks' group, I think. Yeah, I don't know how far they're getting there. You know what I'm saying? But so assuming Bigmom's down. Oh, and Shanks don't even got 10 commanders left. I think he got 9 because you're losing your second commander. Who's Shanks' second commander? It's not Beckman. I typed in second instead of Ben. Either way. Yeah, so they'd be down Lucky Root or something like that. Either way, being down Smoothie. Her ability for Marineford is broken. The dude I seen someone rank them and he had her on the top. My thing is, I just don't know how much he's going to actually strategize, right? Because we seen Sengoku was preparing. He was ready for Whitebeard. He had strategy for Whitebeard. He had moves on top of moves, plans on top of plans. Whitebeard also had plans on top of plans. You did this, so I'm going to counter you with this. I don't know how much Big Mom's doing that. You know what I'm saying? I really just don't know how much Big Mom herself is doing that. Yeah, I don't know how much Big Mom's doing that. But her abilities are broken for this. So, if she was to be the best one suited for Marineford, like, honestly, I kind of agree that she probably is. Even with that being said, she probably is. But even then, I feel like someone like Sengoku might have a counter for that. You know what I'm saying? It's really... Yeah, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But, like, her being able to defeat everybody and take everybody's souls and then use those and add to her army on top of however strong her... I don't think we've really seen too much of her fleet, but we know how strong her crew's pretty strong on it. Like her crew's pretty strong. I'm assuming her fleet's pretty. She has like 1,000 fucking kids, right? So maybe she ain't got much of a fleet, but they're definitely gonna be stronger than Shanks's or whatever. As far as I'm aware, it's been a minute since I've seen like Whole Cake and shit, but yeah, I'm pretty sure she probably got a stronger in fleet. And her abilities might carry though. It's really the strategy part I'd be worried about. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and with Kaido, you're down queen. Did we really see much of your fleet? We just seen, your little star, whatever they were called, like the dude Jinbei took down Ulti and them. But his crew's strong as a bitch. I'm assuming his grand fleet would also be strong. I don't know. I don't even know how much of it. We haven't really seen these two grand fleets as far as I remember. You know what I'm saying? Maybe. So I'm assuming they'd be tough though. But yeah, I think he's more likely to strategize than Big Mom is. But I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I'm also unsure on that one too. He might just try to fucking muscle his way through that shit. His ability ain't the same as Big Mom's, ain't as useful in this Marineford situation as Big Mom's. Again, you're also down your second commander. I don't know. I think I agree with him. I do think Big Mom will probably be more suited, but yeah, I don't know. We don't know like they grand fleets or nothing, none of their abilities, none of their allies' abilities for real. So I guess with their grand fleets, it's hard to tell. We just know they're not weak as Shanks, as far as I'm aware. Right, like that's it really. But I think he'd be more likely to strategize, and I think that's what I think we really gotta take that into consideration, right? It's because that's what Whitebeard and Sengoku were doing. Like Whitebeard coming out of Whitebeard heading to Fishman Island was strategizing because it was a surprise attack. He caught them off guard with the going underwater shit. Kaido probably not doing that, but I'm just saying that the literal start we just seen how the strategy went. Sengoku had his the Kumobacha shit, start like circling them in and shit. They did a lot of shit. I don't remember all the little strategy fucking details, but they did a lot of strategy in Marineford. Yeah, and I think that's my main problem with saying like Big Mom could get it done. Honestly, I don't think any of them really get it done. Maybe Kaido does just because he's a beast. Maybe Kaido again, I feel like you have to have strategy. You also have to be able to work together. You know what I'm saying? So I really do think Big Mom, out of everyone we just said, is definitely probably the most likely to get it done. You know what I'm saying? She probably is, because I think you also got to be able to get along. You know what I'm saying? It's siblings fighting shit, but you know what I'm saying? Like Katakuri wants to protect his family. I think Katakuri could also be like, we can't just head in there, because that's going to be my argument with like Luffy's crew in a minute. Like, but yeah, Katakuri or son, one of her other kids might be like, we can't just rush in there, mama. You know what I'm saying? We gotta fight. We gotta, come up with a plan. We can't just head in there, try to go get Smoothie back. We can't do that. Or Paris, whoever the second commander is. You know what I'm saying? Behind, fucking Katakuri. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, maybe Katakuri's the one to be like, big, we can't just rush in there. You know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, there's all that we take the cruise into consideration for this, but yeah, I don't know. Big Mom probably is the most likely to, because like the Kaido's crew don't get along. We seen in Marineford, they that motherfuckers were working together, all right. I think with Kaido's crew, that's not gonna happen. Kaido's crew, that's not gonna happen. How much will happen in Cross Guild? I don't know. They'll probably work together. Shanks' crew will work together just fine. So I honestly, I think they shit could go to shit just because his crew not gonna work well together, bro. We see they don't work well together. You know what I'm saying? King and Queen didn't work well together. Fake going up against Sanji. That's why they ain't really defeat Sanji. That's one of the reasons they ain't defeat Sanji, was because they can't work together. They are like Zoro and Sanji. They argue with shit or whatever. They have their little rivalry. Them boys could work together. You feel me? They could work together. And with the Strads, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, they probably do get it done. I don't know, you know, losing Sanji is a major blow, but I do think you add the Grand Fleet and shit. I think shit can get done. I think, especially because like Luffy's not like the official Grand Fleet and Dressrosa just aren't the only people gonna pull up. Boa and the Amazon Lily probably gonna pull up. I wouldn't be surprised if someone like Law pulled up, right? And Law's crew. I know we don't know where Law is right now, but we know Law's alive. Fuck his crew, I guess. But yeah, they also probably pull up. We know Luffy's Grand Fleet is far from like fodder. You know what I'm saying? It's really the strategy part you'd have to be concerned with. But I think like Zoro might be like, hey, we don't got a strategy. We need a strategy, and then, you know, the rest of the crew could try to come up with a strategy. Luffy, he tries to follow the strategies. He just usually something throws it off. You know what I'm saying? Or whatever the plan is. That's also what you gotta worry about. Luffy always, you know, shit always gets done in the end anyway. Luffy helping Luffy. Pre-Toxic Luffy helping Luffy in the scenario. They probably get it done though. I don't know. I could see any in these scenarios. I could see any one of them. I could see any one of them losing their captive, bro. I ain't gonna lie. One way or another, or just losing somebody on their crew. Other than like, you know, unnamed pirate fodder bums. You know what I'm saying? To make the army appear bigger. Yeah, I could definitely see it. I think to rank them, I'd probably have like Luffy or Big Mom at 1. Those are 1 and 2, right? I probably say Big Mom just because her ability. I think she the most likely to get it done. I don't know, cause she gonna have a fucking army with her, bro. She gonna have it's not gonna be some fodder either. You know what I'm saying? Just cause again she could create things with her power, you know what I'm saying? Like she could create all the debris on the battlefield, all the, you know, I don't think she could use that shoulders, but still all the debris and damage done on the battlefield can now become her fucking, you know, army fighting people and shit, getting in the way, distracting, helping, you know what I'm saying? Either way, yeah, it's a lot, very useful, you know what I'm saying? Her crew's not strong at all. You fear the strategy. I feel like you would kind of fear that with the Straw Hats as well, though. And then I think it's tough after that, because I was initially gonna say he's third, but I could see this crew being the worst just because they cannot work together, bro. They just can't work together. You know what I'm saying? They can't do it. They can't do it. Maybe Kaido takes all the attention or something and they get the job done. I don't know. But I probably will put this third. I probably put Shanks. I don't know, man. I'll probably put Shanks' crew fourth and Cross Guild fifth. We gotta see more out of Cross Guild. That's really why. The Cross Guild might be strong as shit. We just gotta see it. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how strong Dodge Bones is. We're assuming Crocodile's not on. Even with Crocodile, even with Crocodile, you re-throw Ace back in that situation, it's not getting done. You know what I'm saying? I almost forgot Blackbeard's crew, but they might be the best one, because I do think they have good cohesion, as much as you know, people will slander Blackbeard and say you don't like his crew or whatever. They work together all the time, often like pairs and stuff. We've seen that Blackbeard literally have help behind them, so they work together just fine. Blackbeard himself is a smart, you know, he's smart. He schemes a lot, so I actually think they probably would be the best one off, because I think the strategy will work, even if it's not, you know, Bigmom's, you know, ability. I think he'll strategize very well. His crew's very cohesive. They work together very well. So yeah, I probably have him 1, the Straw Hats 2, Bigmom Pirates 3, and then the rest is the rest, right? But yeah, I think Bigmom and Luffy would be the most likely to save their second commander in this situation. Assuming they still got like help like Luffy was helping Whitebeard. I think they're more, especially with that, I think they're definitely the most likely to get the job done. Again, obviously if it's not Ace, Luffy has no reason to help, but you know what I'm saying? Whitebeard didn't have Ace. That's his crewmate, you feel me? So like, I don't think it's fair Kaido get Queen to save somebody that he don't care about. You know? I think Luffy and Bigmom will get the job done. The rest of them, I don't think getting the job done, honestly. They're definitely the most likely to get. I think those two get the job done though. They would save their second commander, or if it's even Ace. Even if you keep Ace in this situation and they keep their second commander, that's just helping them. You know what I'm saying? I still think Kaido, Shanks, and Cross Guild probably fail. Cross Guild could be changed later though. You know, they definitely could be changed later. But yeah, I guess that's the end of this video. Subscribe to the channel, liking the video if y'all liked it, and peace out.